Hi folks, it's Brad with B&T Catfishing Adventures. Bait casting reels for catfishing? We're going to talk about it. Thanks for joining us today, folks. Many people decide to maybe switch over from spin casting or spinning reels to bait casters, but others have concerns, fears, or anxieties when they talk about bait casters because they can be stubborn or difficult in some ways. Now, they have a lot of great features, but sometimes you need a little bit more instructions on how to use these things properly. There's quite a bit to know. Abu Garcia, Penn, Shimano, Daiwa. There are many different types of brands of bait casters out there on the market, and you may just want to take a little time, look them over, maybe talk to the guy at the mom and pop bait shop to get some suggestions on what would work best for you. Well, as I said, there can be some things that make it difficult to use a bait caster reel. Now, I'll give you one example, for instance. Some people think, I just can't use this reel very well. Now, one reason that could be is that you're running braided line on the reel. I personally love braided line and I use them on my bait casters. But if you're not experienced and you have your drag set too tight or you spooled it too tight initially, the problem becomes that when that line gets pulled on braided line, it seats down in between other braids on that line. And basically it virtually locks it into place. So when you go to cast it out, it'll go out a little bit and then it'll hang up on you and it'll look like you don't have a clue what you're doing, right? And some of you don't, but even an experienced person, sometimes things like that can happen. Now, other times it's that we have spooled it wrong or the drag is not set right on our line or on our reel. And when the line is pulled, it pulls it really tight and it's causing it to dig down between the line. That could be part of the problem for you. Another thing, people want to use too heavy a weight or too light a weight. Again, adjustments on here, right, that you make will determine on if that is going to fly off your reel properly down the rod and make that perfect cast. We'll talk about that more in a minute. However, bait casters, like I said, come in all different brands out there on the market, and you can pay a lower reasonable amount or you can pay a very, very extreme amount of money for a bait casting reel. Now, again, it's all with what you feel comfortable about. You don't want to go too cheap on there because you're going to be replacing it over and over again often. A decent reel, many times it's going to last you several years, and a lot of times you'll still be able to find parts to replace and get these repaired. So there you go. I hope that helped. Now, what I am doing to explain all the features on bait casting reels, I'm leaving a link in this video description that explains all the different features on that and so on and so forth. However, the main thing you want to do when you've learned all these features is practice. Well, just like basketball, football, or any other sport, to get good at anything, it takes some practice. So what I recommend is taking that rod and reel, going out in the yard, adding a little weight, and make some casts. Practice overhand and sidearm cast for you bank fishermen that may be under some trees, and just improve your ability to cast with that new reel. Bait casting reels can be a wonderful addition to your catfishing game, but knowing how to use them is highly important. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it explained a little bit more about bait casting reels. Be sure to check out that link in the description section and watch that on the adjustments on a bait caster and other tips that will help improve your casting ability with those type of reels.
I'm still using a spinning reel.
Well, you can't convert everyone. Thanks for watching, everybody. We hope you like this. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Share this episode if you would. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you back here next time. B&T Catfishing Adventures. You guys take care.